The following program on PBS 39 is made possible in part by
Excellence lives here in northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
For nearly 60 years, Arts United has worked to bring the rich, diverse talents of our region together through support of the arts, socially, culturally, and economically. Arts United, providing a home for the arts in Northeast Indiana.
This is Arts Weekly. Arts Weekly is produced in cooperation with the College of Visual and Performing Arts at IPFW, offering degrees in fine arts, music, theater, and visual communication and design.
Welcome to Arts Weekly. I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. In the second half of the show, Brad and Leslie Beauchamp will be here to talk about the Fort Wayne Youtheatre, University of St. Francis collaboration of Willy Wonka. But first, I'm joined by Dr. Vijay Chilakamari and Dr. Ravi Raju from Shruti to talk about the upcoming concert in the IPFW Shruti Indian Performance Series. Gentlemen, welcome to Arts Weekly.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Vijay, let's talk with you. Dr. Vijay Chilakamari, what do you practice?
I'm an interventional cardiologist at Lutheran Hospital.
And how long have you been with Lutheran Hospital?
About 10 years now.
Did you come from India originally? I mean, before here?
Before here, I trained in the University of Missouri and then again in New Orleans and moved here around 2002. So I've been here for about 10 years now.
Terrific. Ravi, Dr. Raju,
Hi there.
and what do you practice?
I'm an OBGYN doctor in Fort Wayne. I've been here for about 17 years. I work with Women's Health Advantage and I teach for a family practice program.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
I, along with another wonderful doctor, Dr. Peppel, both of us teach pretty much half-time each for the family practice program in Fort Wayne, which has been there for almost 30 years now.
And where were you before you came to Fort Wayne?
Michigan. Trained in Michigan, came here right after residency.
Well, you're both part of an organization, a cultural organization called Shruti.
Yes. Dr.
Chilakamari, tell us what Shruti is and why it began.
Well, a couple of years ago, some of us got together with Chuck O'Connell, your dean of the College of Performing Arts, and we were thinking of bringing in diversity to the campus and introducing Indian fine arts. And what started as a small concept slowly became an organization. And so far we have had about 3 shows, and with good support from obviously your department. And now we are on to our 3rd year, practically speaking.
But Shruti was established under another organization. What is the father or the support umbrella organization to Shruti?
Yes. The Sangam Charitable Foundation was an Indian cultural social organization that's been here for about 20-30 years almost, and it was fairly active for almost 25 years, and then it kind of slowed down a little bit, and again after Shruti came in, it's become more vibrant and more active.
And what do you do with Shruti? Do you have a position with Shruti?
Well, they say I'm the president.
They say. All the people who want you to do all the work call you the president.
No, we have a good team of people. We really have not used any designations or anything like that. We just work as a team. The common goal for the whole team is to do something like this without any expectation of any return. You know, we are committed to bringing in diversity to the campus and to Fort Wayne in the form of arts and music.
Have you been involved with the organization from the beginning, Dr.
Yes,
Raju?
It was just a group of like-minded people. We just wanted to bring some of those fine arts we enjoyed when we were kids, and we are hoping Fort Wayne will enjoy. And hopefully our kids will get to know too, because most of them are born here, brought up here. They've not had any exposure to any Indian arts, music or arts. So goal was to see if we can introduce that to the local community and give back what the community gave us, and also introduce some of this to our own kids.
Mm-hmm. As you said, Dr. Sheila Kumari, it is a joint effort with IPFW, and we do produce it out of my office. And it's been an incredible experience for my staff and my faculty to be a part of this. But what's, I think, most surprising is how large the Indian community is in Fort Wayne and the surrounding area.
Yeah. It was a surprise to us also. We never really realized how many people there were in and around Fort Wayne. And once we started something like this, people started to come together. And right now we have a fairly large group of people who are very happy to be part of this program.
The 3 events that we've produced so far, the first was a dance event in fall of 2013, right? And that had almost, I would say, a full house.
Right.
Yes.
We have 1,500 seats in Reinhardt, and we certainly sold that out, and we've been selling out ever since. Right. And you're very good, I must say, Shruti is very good at getting the word out to extended Indian communities, if you will.
Right.
We've had visitors from Illinois,
right,
Michigan, Ohio, and southern Indiana.
And some of these visitors from out of state are often connected to members of your Indian community in Fort Wayne. Is that correct?
That's how we've been able to communicate, and these artists being among the best in the world, they're very, very well known. So when you tell them so-and-so artist is coming, they're usually the ones who are asking for more info and tickets to get to those events.
Right.
So it's been a wonderful success, and I think hopefully we'll want to continue that.
Well, I remember the second artist that we had when we were doing our steering committee planning, and the group told me we needed security, and you meant real security, and you weren't kidding, because that audience wanted to get to that artist in a big way. So you guys are bringing top-of-the-line artists. Well, let's get on to the next concert, which is what date?
March 22nd, Saturday at 7:30 at our performance hall.
In the Reinhardt Music Center on the campus of IPFW. And it is Mr. Khan.
Amjad Ali Khan and his 2 sons, Aman Ali Khan and Ayan Ali Khan.
And he plays what?
He plays an instrument called sarod. It is an instrument that is native to northern India and Afghanistan. It's actually a modification of rubab, their national instrument there. Probably the best way to describe it is it's closest to being a lute. They say that Mr. Amjad Ali Khan's family actually designed it in the 18th century, and they've been playing it as a family tradition since then. And among them, right now, Amjad Ali Khan is probably the most renowned in India. He's known for his art and for his teaching, and he's probably the only one who's been honored with the country's highest civilian honor for fine arts in his field for his lifetime achievements.
And he's coming to Fort Wayne.
He's coming to Fort Wayne.
That's exciting, really, really exciting, and that's really because of the efforts of Shruti and your organization. I would like to go to the video we have of Mr. Khan and his 2 sons playing, so we get an idea of what we're in store for on March 22nd. that's exciting.
Right.
I noticed that there's 2 other players on stage. What are they playing?
You have 2 more percussion instruments. It's called the tabla. They are the accompanying artists. And you've probably seen them in the last 2 concerts also. And it's a feature of all Hindustani concerts, or the North Indian style of playing. The South Indian style has a little different percussion instrument. And Amjad Ali Khan and his 2 sons are now accompanied by 2 more percussion. So we're probably going to have 5 people on the stage this time.
And what is the contact information for getting tickets for this event on March 22nd? Well, first I would like to say that it is free to students.
Yes.
Right.
College students and
All
age students.
All age students
Yes.
with an ID badge is free. And this tickets can be had with the IPF box office, and you have their number on screen, I guess.
The box office for the IPFW is 481-6555, 481-6555. Well, I'm very excited. You know, I have one of the best seats in the house, so sitting next
That's
to
right.
you and other dignitaries, if you will. Again, I can't tell you how much IPFW appreciates the work of the Shruti organization and the Indian community in Fort Wayne. We are so blessed to have this event,
Thank
and so
you.
thank you, and I look forward to March
Thank you very
22nd
much.
and many, many more events to happen.
Many, many more. That's right.
Thank you both for joining me on Arts Weekly. After this short break, we'll hear more about Willy Wonka. So please take this minute to view our performance calendar of what's coming up in our area. We'll be right back with Leslie and Brad Beauchamp. The timeless story of a world-famous Candyman and his quest to find an heir will come to life March 21st in a huge collaboration between Fort Wayne Youtheatre and the University of St. Francis in their joint musical production of Willy Wonka. Here to share some backstage details about this delightful show are Leslie and Brad Beauchamp. Welcome to Arts Weekly, and thank you for joining me.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm sort of with the theater power couple, if you will, of Fort Wayne.
I don't know about that.
I've admired both of your work for so long. I'm so excited to have you on my
That's
show.
very kind of you. We're excited to be here.
Well, I want to talk a little bit, before we talk about the show, I would like to talk a little bit about your backgrounds in the theater. Brad, when did you start? And you're an actor, director. You do a little bit of all of it, yes?
A little bit. I'm not very good at much of it, but I do a
Oh,
little
I
bit
don't
of
know
all
about
of it.
that. I don't know about that.
No, just I have been doing theater at IPFW and Urbina and the Civic, and so just forever
Yeah,
since
are
I
you
can
from-
remember.
Are you from Fort Wayne?
Yes, I am.
You are, okay.
Homegrown Fort Wayner.
And Leslie?
Well, I feel like I've been doing theater around here forever, too. We moved here. My father was originally from here. We moved here when I turned 11, and we've been here ever since. And again, I kind of did a lot of civic things when I was in high school, and then I came here to IPFW and got my degree here. Although my degree is not in theater, I took lots of theater classes, and have just worked in, I think, all of the
Larry Life
theaters
Days.
in the Larry Life
Larry
Days,
Life Days, yes.
and down at the Ford Theater in Honeywell. We've just kind of been all over.
Well, I first heard about you as an actress and as a choreographer. So you have a fairly strong dance background?
I do. I feel like I've been dancing forever, but yeah, just classes, and I worked with Mary Kay Perkins. I've just been blessed to have worked with really fabulous people who set wonderful examples, and so
Right.
I love working in the theater. So I like to do everything, and when you can't
Well,
be
it's-
on stage, you're working somewhere in the
Yeah,
theater.
well,
so.
I stopped being on stage a while back.
Oh,
so
stop.
yeah.
We're going to get you back on
Okay,
stage.
fine. But Well, what's it like to work together? Because I would imagine with a family, you have children, that you have to take turns. Just like any couple in the arts, you can't rehearsals at night, and so this is an opportunity to work together. Do you get to do that very often?
We do now. I mean, we didn't for a while. I think I directed Chicago, which she wanted to be in very badly.
I was pregnant, 8 months
Oh,
pregnant.
Let's see. I don't want to see you in that costume.
Right.
Not much, no.
And then for a span of time, we were not together in the theater.
Right.
But as our kids are older and grown, and one in college and one in middle school, it's a little bit easier. And our youngest is kind of migrating towards the arts. They both did. You know, I never really pushed
We
the
tried
bug.
not to. We really tried
Oh,
not
I
to.
know.
We
Absolutely.
tried. We did.
Sure.
It was.
I understand.
It
Absolutely.
was like do sports, do sports.
Yeah,
and
really.
Something else.
The next thing you know, there's I want to do show choir. I want to audition for these shows. We're like, really? We were excited, but surprised.
But, so now we get to share that with our kids, which is really, that's exciting, you know, to share that as a family.
Right. All right, on to Willy Wonka, the production that you are directing, because you are with the University of St. Francis.
Right.
What is your position out there?
I'm the community advisor to their performing arts program, or their art, you know, the theater program that they have with the School of Creative Arts. And I've been working with Mr. Cartwright in developing theatrical productions, a couple per year, and just continuing to grow that footprint for the university.
Well, you got a big footprint now. I mean,
Yes.
really big
A
footprint.
big.
Ever since you purchased the Scottish Rite downtown, which
Right.
is now the Performance Center.
Performing Arts Center.
Performing Arts Center. What a great facility, though.
It is. It's a fabulous facility.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the size of it can be daunting. I
Just
would
standing on
imagine,
the
but-
stage is wonderful.
Yeah,
It's kinda-
yeah. And you're doing a collaboration with the Fort Wayne Youtheatre.
We
Right.
are.
Where did you get where'd that come from?
Well, it came from having the opportunity to catch the collaborative effort that IPFW did
Right.
in Oliver.
Right.
And I caught the last performance, and I just, what a wonderful opportunity for the school and for Youtheatre and for the community to share. And I thought, well, if we can do that, that would be great. And Leslie had mentioned about doing something with us. I thought, well, that would be wonderful. What? And I think we all kind of fell upon Willy Wonka. As it's being pulled, you can't see it anymore after this show, to my knowledge, unless you go to London and see it.
It's being pulled because there's a new mounting
because
of
of the West End production,
Productions.
which is very successful, as I understand. So the rights for this has been pulled.
which means it's coming to New York.
Hopefully
That
soon.
production, sure,
Yeah, it's very
absolutely.
exciting.
Yeah.
It really is an exciting thing.
But I thought, what a wonderful opportunity to share that space downtown, to cast as many kids as we could, and we did.
And what does that mean?
Logistics.
Yeah, I know,
That's
a
what it
lot of
means.
logistics. But how many? I had 28 to 30, and that was enough. What do you have?
We have.
Are you guys having a competition?
No, we're not.
No, we have 80
Oh.
Oompa Loompas,
Wow.
A lot
and
of
we
Oompa
split it into 2 groups. So we have an alpha group and a beta group, or weekend 1 and weekend 2.
So they'll perform the whole weekend. You're not doing
Right.
every other.
Right.
Oh,
The
that's
first
a good
group
idea.
performs the whole first weekend, and
Good
the second
idea.
group performs
Right.
the second
Right.
weekend.
And gosh, well, and I'm sure 150. I'm sure for Oliver, and we had nearly 150 auditioned, and we could have. I mean, I wanted to cast all of them.
I know exactly
It's
what you mean.
hard, isn't
is
it?
hard,
Because you
yes.
you want them to experience theater. You want them to love
Right.
it as much as we do.
Right.
And it's very exciting. I mean, some of these kids, they've auditioned and auditioned and auditioned, and during the process, Leslie Horman
Right.
from the Youtheatre were at the table, and she says, "You've auditioned for me before," and it's like, "Yes," and never been in a show, and so this gave us an opportunity to to get them cast in a show and really discover some really neat gems, some really exciting young performers who might not have had a chance in a smaller production.
Right.
So that's exciting.
That was one of the most fulfilling things for me when we did Oliver last year.
Right.
Was how these 12 and 13 and 14-year-olds are just inspired to be in the performing arts.
Yes.
That is
You forget
the
about
best
that
thing.
when you sort of get jaded and
You
older.
do.
And
It is the best thing to
It
see
is-
to see that they come to it with such a love
Such
of the
pa-
arts and a passion. You are
Can we do it
exactly
again?
right.
Can we rehearse again?
Yes.
Can we do it again? Can
Yes.
we rehearse again?
Right.
And how many times do you not hear that when you're just in a production
Yeah.
with all adults? It's like, oh,
Right.
are we done yet?
I have to
But
tap
they're
that
not
song
like
one more
that.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Now, Leslie Horman is the executive director of
Yes.
Fort Wayne Youtheatre. And so she's the child wrangler?
Well, she's
That's-
choreographing too.
Oh, she is?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's
Okay.
doing all of the choreography for the Oompa Loompas.
Right. So she's taken charge of. Thank you. She's taken charge of all of those Oompa Loompas, and what we've done is kind of, instead of reinventing the wheel, we're going with your process where they rehearse from 4:30 to 6:30, and then I take the adult principals and the youth principals, and we rehearse in the evenings from 6:30 to 8:30 or 9 or whatever. But then we will start to merge the two groups together, and after we figure out all of the logistics of where to put them in the wings and here and there, but it's very exciting.
We fell upon that after a little bit of trial and error, because what we found out is that by 8 o'clock, they're exhausted.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
you're right.
You've got, they're used to the after school stuff, and so you've got to find a show that you can divide that out.
Right.
And it's worked out really well. The thing that's been a hindrance to us has been our weather.
Hasn't it?
Right.
Because of some of the kids' days. Now, we're far enough along in the rehearsal process, it's not going to affect us too much, but some of those call times, if their day goes all the way till 4 and our rehearsal starts at 4:30, they're trying to get home, whip out some homework, grab a little nosh, and then get to rehearsal.
And keeping two groups of 40 separate,
Yeah.
knowing
Yes.
whose turn it is.
Right.
And,
Yeah, they've been pretty good
Yeah.
about the Monday,
Now,
Wednesday.
this production, you've got an interesting thing going on with a corporation in town I'd like to talk a little bit about.
Yes.
It's sponsored by
DeBrand's Fine Chocolates.
Fine Chocolates. And you've got a couple of marketing things going on that I think
do.
are so clever. Can you talk to us about that?
The Brands has been so generous with us. We have on March the 17th, there's an open house at the DeBrand's main store, and Willy Wonka will be there, and perhaps an Oompa Loompa or two. And there's a little mini tour of their store, their chocolate factory, and maybe there'll be a ticket given away at that time. Maybe not.
Maybe.
But maybe chocolate would
Probably
be given
chocolate.
away.
Probably
Yes.
chocolate.
So that's very exciting. And then they are, in all of their stores, they have life-size Willy Wonkas. And there are life-size Willy Wonkas all over town. So
And are they your Willy Wonka? Is it actually cut out of you?
It is
cut
our
out
Willy
of
Wonka.
the Willy Wonka that will
That-
be in our production.
That is a great idea.
And
That is a great idea.
and we're suggesting that you go and take a selfie with Willy Wonka and hashtag I found Wonka.
Get that, everybody? Hashtag I found Willy Wonka.
There you go.
Probably there's a chocolate at the end of that.
There might be,
there
you
might
just never
be.
know.
At the end of that hashtag, there's a chocolate.
There's chocolate everywhere.
Then they must be providing chocolate at your performances of some sort.
They are.
Yes. Again, they're being very generous. Every child under 12, so parents
We don't count, John.
right,
Yeah, right? That's okay.
will receive a bar of chocolate when they come into the theater, and then they'll also be able to fill out a little form for perhaps maybe a chocolate prize at the end
A
of the
big
run.
chocolate prize.
Big
A
chocolate
big
prize.
chocolate
I
prize.
like that.
A big DeBrand's chocolate prize.
What is some of the contact information, if you don't mind? We can get that out to our viewers.
Well, I can't read
ticket.
any of that.
I can tell you. The University of St. Francis School of Creative Arts and Fort Wayne Youtheatre. It's going to be at the St. Francis Performing Arts Center. It runs March the 21st through the 30th. And for ticket information, you can call, area code is 260-422-4226.
Or they can go to arttix.org, which is the ticket organization that's running most of the tickets for downtown events.
Yes.
That is correct.
Right, so you can go to arttix.org or 422-4226. Thank you both for joining me for
Well,
Arts
thank you.
Weekly, and good luck with
you.
Willy Wonka.
Thanks so
I know
much.
it'll be a great success.
Thank you.
We look forward to it.
I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. Nationally, PBS is America's largest stage for the performing arts. Locally, PBS 39 connects you to our region's arts and events here on Arts Weekly. All this is possible because of the lead role you play through your financial support of this station. Make your best donation to PBS 39 today and go online to WFWA.org or call 866-969-2721. Thanks to you and your gifts, PBS 39 is your ticket to inspiration and great arts. Please join guest host Melinda Haynes next time on Arts Weekly when she'll visit with Philip Koglaser discussing Fort Wayne Civic Theater's upcoming production of Grace and Glory. Then Denise Bates from the Fort Wayne Children's Choir will drop by to discuss music in the school month. For up-to-the-minute arts updates, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to join us here live Thursday evenings at 7:30 on PBS 39. Thanks for watching Arts Weekly.
The preceding program on PBS 39 was made possible in part by
Excellence lives here in northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
For nearly 60 years, Arts United has worked to bring the rich, diverse talents of our region together through support of the arts, socially, culturally, and economically. Arts United, providing a home for the arts in Northeast Indiana.